So I'm kind of doing some neat stuff, and there are some limitations when you get into Unreal 5 that you need to be considering of. Once I got by this little stupid, it's some kind of driver issue between the monitor and whatever else. Once everybody got a little bit of a solution to that, um, the next issue, okay, and it's a real one, is that the engine uses a ton of RAM when it's doing things, okay? Not just your video card. The video card seems to be not the issue, okay? And 16 gigabytes is not enough for Unreal 5. I'm just telling you guys, I'd say minimum 32. In about 2 weeks, I get the last 5 years of my taxes, and I'm gonna go get 64 gigabytes and never have to worry about RAM again for a while. And the issue is that when you go up in resolution, every step of resolution multiplies by a factor of 2 the amount of memory you need to use. And this is 720p. If I have my base resolution at 2K, right, and that's not even using this, it's using double that memory as a base, right, to run the operating system. And Windows 11 is not an optimized situation where it's kind of minimizing that, right, going between different modes, let's say. So what's happening is it's got that 2K memory, right, and then you got the editor and its memory, and then you got this, and at least now what Unreal's done with the newest update, it doesn't crash the engine. It will just give you an error and say it's not doing that, that is an improvement. I enjoy that. That means, hey, okay, so I'm at I can open Task Manager and see that that's what's happening. That's progress. I mean, it's literally taken 6 months to 8 months ever since they came out with 427 in this. This is the problem, right? So now, this is just a kind of a first-person thing where I can move any direction, up, down, around. But anyway, I'm going to be using some of these just a little preview of the base asset that the developer made. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff. I'm just going to zip up over it, and you'll see what I mean by details. Look at that, Isn't that cool looking? So you go through there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the scene eventually and make it so that you can open a door, right? And I might have some lighting in here, or maybe not. But anyway, you'll walk along here, and you got these kind of ring things here. Now check this out. Isn't that trippy looking, Gives you that, oh, this is really trippy. Alright? Whoa, what's down there? Whoa. You know? This will be added to that little Stargate project. I got another one that I was showing another developer that I'll pick up. It's not on sale though, so it's twice the cost of this. Now, I don't know how I get in here. I can go in through here. So you come in, wait a minute. What's going on here? Come in that door. Anyway, come in this door. And you got this little thing going on. Isn't that neat? And see, it hasn't crashed. It hasn't done, so, they fixed something in here. And the one thing it told me was the project, and so they really have decided, I think, that they've had enough of all of us complaining about this problem, okay? Because the other thing it said was, in using DirectX 12, the SM6 virtual texture situation is something you need to check off. So then it tells you where to look in the project settings. You check that off, you restart your engine, and poof, everything seems to be working. So if that's a situation in DirectX 12, that means that there's something they're working on here, right? Okay. So you got these two little areas here that you can go in, right? And this is just like, holy jeez, hey, look at all this. It's like a little mini city, right? Right? And then you go somehow, where is it? In there. How do I get in there now? Oh yeah, I'll just sit down in here and then you see there's the end of the assets. But anyway, that's this is just fantastic, you know. You got lots that you can play with, right? Okay. And I'm thinking, you know, I got ideas, I got plans for some of this, right? Like, a lot of people are like, you know, hey, we want a real good Stargate coming out or something like that. Well, Amazon, you know, I see, here's the problem I have with that. It's not that I don't think Amazon can't do a good job. You know, they got their own game engine even, and visual effects engine that they can use called the CryEngine. It's a lot more complicated to use than Unreal, let me just tell you. But it's very good when it's done right. That's for the special effects side. But the problem with all TV nowadays is this 8 to 10 episode a year thing. See, the thing that made Stargate great, and this is probably a little kick at both sides of the tree in the United States, a little kick, okay, is that a television show like Stargate had something for everyone. It had something for those gun-toting, crazy da-da-da-da types, you know, some battles and fights, and then it had some goofy little fun bits for everyone else. It had something for everyone, and you can do that in 20 something episodes. That's the problem with this. The first studio that starts doing something like that with 20 episodes and says, okay, make a story in there, but you don't have to do the story every time. You can do a couple standalone episodes. And see, this is where, hey, whatever I'm doing with this, you know, it's to just kind of show that a little independent moron in the middle of nowhere can play around and do a lot of neat shit. And look at this, right? Right? Unreal Engine 5. Woohoo! Looks pretty good. Looks pretty darn good. See, what I'll do is I'm going to have to muck around with that door for a little bit, because see how there's space above? What I would do is somehow you've got to, so the puzzle for the say I made a video game out of this. The puzzle would be somehow you got to open that door. There's 3 little things there. So there's a combination of that and something else in the area. So you got to look around. So the player has to, you know, and that's part of a little, you know, that's a Daniel Jackson kind of add-on thing, right? What could you possibly need? Something in that. And that would be something from the, in what was it, blah, 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 when Vala and the new SG-1 team went underground and they had to drop the coin. She had to put the coin back in the thing because, you know, you're not supposed to take it, right? Maybe there's that. Something to do with this one too, right? I mean, there's lots of ways you can do these different things, eh? So maybe by putting something in those 2 things, it creates this thing, and then it sends a beam, and then you put something in here, and then it does something to the door there. See? 3 bowls. There's the 3 things, 3 symbols, right? You have to figure it out. So I would leave a little clues or something like that, because not everybody can figure stuff out like that or has the patience always, right? That's just to get in the first door. Anyway, let's have a little flyby up at the top here. Look at that, eh? Isn't that neat? Very well done, man. Very well done. And where would I put the gate? A stargate. Where would I put a stargate over here? Let's see. Maybe over by a rock out here somewhere. Look at that. It's just a massive little temple out in the middle of nowhere. See, the one thing I don't like about Unreal 5 is the lighting. And that seems to be something ever since Windows 10 came about. The lighting is really crazy. And I think that's because of HDR. Now that's another thing that it might be an interference on 2K when you have HDR on, because it's a new color palette and what you're trying to see in an Unreal Engine can't handle that. I never thought of that. There's lots of experiments people were trying, you wouldn't believe what developers were trying to do to fix this problem. I was like, whoa, I never thought of that. You know, but the one guy said, yeah, just click your restore on your graphics card. Oh, well, that's interesting. Anyway, guys, I'll let you go, and then we'll put this video up, and more to come. I just kind of gliding a little bit here until I get some more memory and stuff, because I really do need a little more and I want to get a bigger hard drive, so then I can bring pieces of things down onto I'll put the vault cache on a 2 terabyte SSD, and then that way if I never need to replace it, then I can just copy the whole thing right onto another SSD. Excuse me. And yeah, so I looked in at mocap suits, and they've all suddenly gone up 50% in prices, so I'm probably gonna hold off on that maybe until next year's taxes or something. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, woohoo! Have a good one, everybody.